The stone forest outside Kunming in the Yunnan province is their crown jewel tourist destination. It was pretty cool. There was a beautiful natural echo amongst the giant stone pillars, and we attracted a bit of an audience. Urumqi, the capital of the Xinjiang Uyghur Autonomous Region, about as far west as you can fly to and still be in China, is made up mostly of the Muslim Uyghur people. The Uyghur minority, who dominate this region, control this area, making it very different from the rest of China. It's more Central Asia in its vibe and its people. It's pretty Borat around here. Our van from the airport had no brakes. I mean, literally none.
But at least we're not going through any intersections.
We had about 5 near misses. Really near.
Hey, going for it. Remember, you don't have brakes.
The driver kept having to slam it into reverse to try to stop at red light intersections. Then we broke down completely. I was waiting for them to hook a donkey up to the van and pull us to the hotel. But our Uyghur guide heard our pleas and called a couple of cabs. Went out to hear some Uyghur music. It's very Middle Eastern, Arabic sounding, indistinguishable, really, to my ears, and fairly useless to me for this installment of Survivor. Perhaps one day we'll try a Middle Eastern or Central Asian Survivor again, but for now, the instruments just don't apply, so we're going fishing. It was nice to actually cast a fly rod on water. Although it was steaming from the power plant, it cools. I love Dennis's fishing outfit. Think khaki lederhosen. We left the city behind us as we entered the secured gates of the Arts and Education Center. Today we were invited to attend a rehearsal of the China Xinjiang Mukam Arts Festival. It was an honor to attend as this was the region's premier arts ensemble giving me a personal performance. They specialized in performing the 12 sets of Mukam traditional music that was organized and standardized in the late 16th century by Princess Ama Nishahan of Yakand Khanate, who wanted to preserve this ancient cultural music. The complete performance of all 12 takes 24 hours. It was a powerful and loud blend of voices, singing parallel with their traditional bowed strings, double reed horns, and flutes of the culture, the harmony coming from the plucked instruments. I gave flowers, they gave me CDs, and we parted with handshakes and hugs. On the way out, I overheard what sounded like kids chanting. When I asked, they told me it was the English language lessons for the 9-year-olds. I asked if I could say hi and maybe let them practice their English on me a little. What is your name?
I am Bila.
My name is Russ. I am from America. Later that same day, we were invited to see some local Uyghur hip-hop dance group rehearse. These guys were great. They were fully mixed ethnically, with Mongols, Hans, Uyghurs, and others. It was nice to see, and they danced great. Then we were introduced to a couple of Uyghur rap groups. It was a riot to see these kids show up, bling and all, hats screwed down at wacky angles, and the hand/arm gestures down. When translated, their raps were meaningful and went as deep into expressing their need for cultural and political change as they dared under the ever-watchful eye of the government. It was awesome to experience the range from ancient Muslim religious music to modern Western secular pop, all in the same day. Back to Beijing in the home stretch. I'm exhausted, but there's 2 things left I promised myself I'd do. One is to race in a pedal rickshaw. The other is to record the giant drums in the Beijing Drum Tower. We pulled up to this amazing building in the heart of the city and climbed the longest single stairway I've ever seen. Climbed a lot of stairs in China. It's straight up with no turns. Vertigo. At the top, we have this glorious view of the city from the downward sloping balcony. But inside, there's these huge drums, maybe 20 of them in all. I turned on my trusty Korg MR1000 recorder. Then we wait for the performance to begin. Then the drummers began the resounding performance. That night, Dennis and Eric dragged me with them to the Lake District, with all its bright lights, tea houses, and lady bars. I'm anxious to see them get into trouble, but it's Friday, and apparently Friday night is date night, and no trouble at all. Funny. So we sit down to a nice pot of tea and watch the street musicians play and the young couples sway. Lovely images from my last night in China. I came to China with an open mind and a fascination for one of the world's oldest cultures. Rich with tradition and beauty, I leave with a new appreciation and an understanding that I can now share with you.